I always forget to push the record button when I start introducing the class, but we're going to be focusing on balance today because that's a large concern as we age. And we all know somebody who's experienced a fall or felt ourselves, close to falling, or maybe even experienced a fall ourselves. And we know that it's very scary and can also kind of make us anxious about um, living our best life. So when we talk about balance, I want you to think about a couple of things, and I'll be reminding you of this. It occurred to me this morning that one of the problems with balance is rushing. We're in a hurry to do something, we're in a hurry to get somewhere, and we're not really being mindful. First of all, of our own bodies, and second of all, of the conditions outside. If I could ask you all to put yourselves on mute now, that would be great. I'm getting some background noise. Thank you. Yeah, so just to slow it down so you can pay closer attention to where your body is in space. We'll also be looking at how the breath helps with balance and how the gaze helps with balance. So without further ado, let's begin our practice together today. So taking a comfortable seat in your straight back chair and beginning by feeling your feet, even though you're seated, allow yourself to feel your feet on the floor. Maybe wiggle your toes a little bit, maybe press your feet into the floor. Just allow them to connect. And then rolling your shoulders, shaking off any remaining tension from the night before or yesterday's activities. Let's go the other way with those circles. Good. And then let's lift the shoulders up towards the ears, fists with your hands, tighten the muscles of your arms, and now press both of your feet into the floor. Take in a big breath and release it with a sigh. As you relax, shoulders float down your back. Eyes can be closed here or gazing softly towards the floor. This is our check-in time, like, who is the person that I bring to my practice today? My body, my mind, my energy, my heart. Who am I in this moment? And I connect with that moment by feeling each breath as it comes in and as it goes out. And just noticing the quality of your breath without changing anything. Does it feel relaxed and easy or restricted in some way? Notice the busyness of your thoughts and always allowing those thoughts to rest for a bit in your breath. Allowing the exhale to grow slightly longer. And perhaps envisioning that you could send that exhale out into the earth, right through the soles of your feet. Always breathing in through the nose and exhaling through the nose or through the mouth. Let's enjoy 3 more breaths just like this. And at the end of that third exhale, just let your natural breath return and notice how taking those few moments to center has already changed your energy. And we'll bring our centering to close by joining hands at heart center and combining our voices in the sound of Om. Deep breath in. Om. Om. Shanti. Peace. May our practice bring us peace. So on this gray, cool morning, it's a good time to warm up with some sun salutations. So we'll start with a couple of those first. Pressing your palms together, waking up the muscles of your arms. As you breathe in, arms sweep up. And as you exhale, do a little back bend, reach it back. Breathe it back to mountain. Now we're going to fold forward, let the breath go, exhale. Palms to the knees, come up halfway. Exhale and breathe. Inhaling, the breath comes in. Exhale, reaches back. Breathing into mountain and exhaling to the heart. So notice too how each of those inhales and exhales assists with the movement. We're going to use that in balance as well. So let's do one more. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, reach it back. Breathing back to mountain, exhaling, folding forward. Palms to knees, come up halfway. Exhale and fold. Inhaling, arms sweep up. Exhale, reach it back. Breathing into mountain and exhaling right back to the heart. Just taking a minute to notice. So let's warm up our breath a little bit by doing some active exhales. As you remember, an active exhale is a breath in and 3 complete exhales as you fold forward. And the intention is to let as much breath go as you fold forward so that there's lots of room for the next breath to come in. So I'm separating my feet slightly because I'm going to be bending forward. Inhaling, breathing in. Exhale forward through the mouth. Blow it out. Let it all go. Let the body stay empty just for a moment. And then breathing in, sitting up, and gently holding the breath in. Relax and breathe. Good. Let's do 2 more of those. Now, if you feel dizzy, you can always sit one out. You don't have to do all 3. So let's begin breathing in and blow out the breath. Letting go completely. Body stays empty. Release the hold and breathe in as you sit up. Hold the breath in. Gently holding it in. Relax and breathe. Once more, breath in and let it go. Hold the breath out. Breathe in as you sit up and hold the breath in. Release and breathe. Good. So let's move through our 6 movements of the spine to get our bodies nice and warmed up and a little more flexible. Okay, so we'll begin with the dog and the cat. Inhaling, allowing your chest to blossom forward. Shoulders and elbows move back. Head looks up if your neck says okay. And then exhaling into cat, rounding your spine, tucking your chin, rolling off your sit bones. Inhaling into dog. Letting the breath go as you move into cat. Inhale. And exhale. Nice fluid movement with your back. Couple more here. Oh, this feels so good. Last time. Nice deep inhale, filling up the chest. And then exhaling, letting it all go in cat. Good, coming back to center. So we'll do our twist now, and we'll do both versions of the twist, because I like to include both as they seem to work on different parts of the back. The first version works more on the upper back, and the second version more on the lower back. So we need both. We'll start with the right side. Stretch that arm forward, lots of energy. Good. Exhale, bring that palm to your knee, left hand to your chair. Relax your shoulders and lengthen your spine as you breathe in. Pressing the left shoulder back as you breathe out. So we're twisting more from the shoulder than from the neck. I'm going to cross my left leg over my right for a little bit of a deeper twist. And take a couple of breaths here. Letting the next breath help you unwind your twist. So let's do the other version of the twist. To do that, we're going to bring both feet over to the left. Again, nice tall sit to begin. Don't rush when you build the foundation for your posture, whether it's seated or standing. You want to make sure that your spine is engaged and your core muscles are engaged. So breathing in, and as you exhale, reaching around, taking hold of the back of your chair. So you're holding on lower down on the back to relax the shoulders, and following with the breath. Lengthening on the in-breath, twisting on the exhale. Notice where you feel this version of the twist. Good, and let's release that now. Come around to the front and go over to the other side. So again, sitting nice and tall, reach forward with your left arm, breathe in, exhale, bring that palm to your right knee, right hand to your chair. Nice tall spine on that in-breath. Exhale, floats the right shoulder back. No rush, no hurry. If you like, cross the right leg over the left, give you a little deeper twist. Good. Next time you exhale, let that be the signal to release that version. Come around to the front, take a breath, and let's do the other version on this side. So both feet over to the right now. Take a moment to build your nice tall sit. Breathing in, exhale, reaching around to the back of the chair. Keep the breath steady. Don't hold your breath. Let's take 2 more breaths here, please. Good, and that next inhale is the signal to release the twist and come back around to the front. Ready for thread the needle? Good. So remember, there's lots of modifications of that depending on how deeply you want to enter into the pose. I'm going to start with my right arm, stretch it forward, and then exhaling, sliding it along the left thigh. So remember, if this is as far as your body wants to go today, perfectly fine. If you want to go deeper, begin a forward fold and slide that thread through the eye of the needle. Head is relaxed. You can take your left arm and sweep it out to the side or even overhead. Feel the twist in the back and find the breath. Good. And release now. Let's untwist. Pause for a breath. And we'll go over to the other side. Left arm reaches forward. Nice deep breath in. Exhale, slides the arm along. And I'm going to begin my forward fold here. Relaxed neck. And I'm going to add the arm sweep with my right arm. You can come out to the side, or if you like, just bring it all the way behind you. Let your body tell you what it wants to do this morning. One more breath. And then release. Take a breath. Good. So let's go to the lower body now. I'm going to bring my right knee up. Remember, if you like, you can use your yoga tie here, hooking it behind your thigh to help you lift. I'm going to just interlace my fingers below my knees. Shoulders relaxed, please. Don't let those shoulders work too hard. Good. Sitting up tall. Circle your ankle. To maintain good balance, it's important to have mobility and flexibility in the lower body, including the ankle joint. Good. Let's go the other way. Point your toe. Press down with your heel. Just rocking the foot back and forth. Good. So leaving your right hand on your knee, we're going to take the knee out to the side on an exhale, and then inhale, bring it back. So keeping the upper part of your body quiet, you're just moving to open up the hip joint. Again, very important for balance and mobility. One more time, out to the side, and then bring it in. And then I'm just going to draw some circles with my knee. Upper body stays quiet. Let's go the other way. And hug that knee in one more time. Give it a good squeeze before we go into the figure 4 stretch. So, crossing at the ankle, crossing at the knee, or I'm going to place my ankle right up on top of the thigh. Good. Sit up nice and tall. So how do you get more sensation here? You can press down on the knee and lift the foot slightly, or you can add a forward fold. Allow your body to melt forward. Steady breath in through the nose, out through the nose or the mouth. One more breath. And then let's come up as we breathe in and uncross whatever is crossed. Good. Going to the other side, left knee lifts. Again, you can use your yoga tie. You can hold on behind the thigh. I'm going to hold on below the knee so I can draw the knee up a little higher. Relax your shoulders and circle the ankle. Do 3 or 4 circles in one direction and go the other way, nice and slow. We move slowly so we can pay attention. Good. Point the toe, press down through the heel, point your toe, press out through the heel, and again, point and press. Good. We'll take that knee out to the side just like a gate. So the exhale opens the hip and the inhale brings it in. Exhaling, upper body nice and quiet. Out and in, never to the point of discomfort. Good, and guiding the knee in, let's do some circles. Again, don't sit back in your chair. You want to have some space between your back and the back of the chair. Let's go the other way. And we'll move into the figure 4 stretch. So crossing at the ankles, the knee, or foot on top. Notice the difference between the two sides. So to add more sensation, you can do that just by sitting up a little taller, by pressing down on the knee or lifting the foot slightly, or adding that forward fold. Your choice. Breath flows smoothly. Good. And on an inhale, come on. And uncross whatever is crossed. So since we're going to be looking at balance today, we're going to be doing a bit more standing work. So know that if you get tired or it's uncomfortable for you, you can just return to your seat and do the seated variation of some of the poses. So we're going to be coming up to standing through chair pose. So I'm going to move my feet back slightly. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see what I'm doing here. So I'm moving my feet back and notice how the heels lift. Get the gaze and the breath nice and steady. So you're looking towards the horizon and your breath is flowing steadily. Engage your core and stand up. So this is just, you can watch me do this. I'm not leaning forward. I'm not skiing down a hill. I'm doing chair pose. Shoulders are back, heart is open. And then I'm going to sit back down again. So what we're going to do is come in and out of chair pose a couple of times just to practice standing up and sitting down. It's something we do probably dozens of times each day, and it's a great way to practice balance. So moving your feet back so the heels are lifted. I'm going to place my hands on my hips. But if you're not able to lift your buttocks right away, you can hold on to the seat of the chair and just lift part way. That'll also strengthen you. Good. So breathing in, exhale, standing up, let the heels drop down. Shoulders are back, knees are bent. Take a few breaths. Good. To sit back down, press your legs back till you feel the chair and sit down. Notice how my gaze stays on the horizon. We're going to do that twice more. Okay. Breathe in, engage your core. Part way up, knees are bent. You can keep your hands at your hips, or you can bring your arms forward or overhead to intensify the pose. Let's sit back down. Press your legs back till they feel the chair and sit down. Good. So this will be the last time and we will remain standing here. So good. Breathe in. Exhale, part way up, heels drop down, knees are bent, shoulders back. You can keep your hands at your hips, or you can join me in making the pose a little bit more intense. Steady breath, eyes on the horizon. Feel the soles of your feet. Send your exhale out right through the soles of your feet. Great. Inhale, exhale, lower the arms, straighten the legs. Ooh, and give them a good shake. Whew. So I'm going to stand towards the side of my chair, but know that if you need a little more support, you can always work from the back of your chair and keep both hands on the chair if that makes you feel more comfortable, more secure. But I'm going to stand towards the side so you can see what I'm doing. So let's inhale, lift the heels. Exhale down. Inhale, lift. Exhale down. So I'm gazing towards the horizon and keeping my breath nice and steady. Now, one of the things I don't like about doing yoga here is the carpeting on the floor. I find it a little bit more challenging to balance on a carpeted surface than on a nice hardwood floor. Good. So one more time, lift up on your toes. Take a breath, let it out, and then drop those heels down again. Good. Rock your feet from side to side. So my knees are moving side to side. And just notice the sensation as your weight shifts. Good. Let's circle on the feet. So you want to try to feel the whole surface of the soles of your feet. I'm keeping my socks on because my feet are cold, but doing this in bare feet is also a little bit more helpful. Gives you more sensation feedback. So we're going to do a series of movements now that I include when I teach the fall prevention class. But I also thought of another good one this morning that's not in that practice, but is also helpful. Have you ever tried heel-toe walking? So in other words, bringing one foot forward, touching the toe, and then the other foot comes forward, and then you just do the walk. No, this is not a sobriety test. If you want to get fancy, you can go backwards too. So sometime if you just want to play with it, that's a good thing to try. You can still keep one hand on the chair. So let's do those movements I spoke about. First is the side to side. So the important thing here is the gaze on the horizon and a nice steady breath, visualizing sending the exhale out through the soles of your feet. Good. You can hold on to the chair with one hand, or you can release the chair completely. Step to the left, feet together. To the right, feet together. Keep your knees a little soft as your foot lands. Feel the floor through the soles of your feet. One more time, side to side. Good. Now we're going to strengthen the leg because strength is also an important part of balance. And we're going to do that with leg lifts to the front, to the side, and to the back. Notice as I'm doing this that my upper body stays quiet. Good. Don't lock the supporting leg. Eyes on the horizon. If you can't lift the foot, feel free to just slide the toe forward. That certainly will work. Here we go. 5 to the front. And 2. And 3. And 4. And 5. Are you breathing? I hope so. To the side. 1. Small movement. 2. 3. Don't lock that knee. 4. And 5. And to the back. 1. 2. And 3. 4. And 5. And rest. Notice the work that went on in your supporting leg. Good. So now we're going to get a little fancy and do a box step. Because part of what works with balance is the connection between the body, the physical body, and the nervous system in the body. So we want to make sure we're giving it the good information. So the box step is basically a waltz. And you can watch, I'll do a circle here. Step to the side together. Now I'm going to step back together to the other side together. I'm always leading with the outside foot. Good. Ready to do it with me? Here we go. To the left, feet together. Step back with the left, together. Step to the right, together. Forward with the right and together. Let's do a few more of those. Around and back. Lots of opportunities to use this during the day. You can just play with it. Put on some nice music. Maybe a little Strauss waltz. Keep those knees soft. Keep your breath steady. Okay, last time around the block here. Here we go. Back, to the side, forward, and stop. And breathe. Good job, everybody. Beautiful. All right. So let's shift our weight now to the leg closest to the chair. And bending the knee and drawing it up, which we did seated, we're going to do standing. So again, if you like, feel free to grab your yoga tie, thusly, and you can lift the knee. So shifting your weight to the supporting leg, begin to release the left foot, drawing up the knee. Again, slow is better, helps with balance, holding on where you can, and breathing. Steady eyes, steady breath. And let's move this into tree pose. So allowing that knee out to the side, dropping the foot down. And let's make a branch. Let's make two. You can always continue to hold on to the chair if you like. Soften that supporting leg. Press the sole of the foot down. And breathe. How about one more breath? Good. And exhale, lower your hands. Release the foot, step it out to the side, and turn and face your chair. So we're going to come into warrior 3 pose. Now I'll show you again what it looks like if you want to just take a minute to watch. And I'll show you what the variations are, and then we can do it together. So to bend into warrior 3, I'm going to be bending right at the hip crease, okay? Trying to create a flat back here. If I can, I'll reach for my chair and place my hands. Good. If this feels good, I can begin to release that back leg up. Neck stays neutral, don't look forward. And you can release the opposite hand. So my left leg is lifted and my right arm is extended. Ready to try it? Let's do it. Okay, so making sure both feet are facing the chair. Going to bend right at your hip crease. Breathe in. Exhale forward. Can you place your hands on the chair? If you want to go a little further, maybe you could even drop down on the chair just to stretch out a bit. How about releasing that back leg? Does that feel good? Maybe the opposite arm. Safety first. Always checking in. Good, and release. And come on. Beautiful. Let's move into triangle pose. So I'm going to adjust my hips so I'm facing forward. Right foot is facing the chair, left foot turns in slightly. And lift that arm. So let's pulse in and out a bit. So the left arm is sweeping across, coming down, finding my breath, my balance. And I'm going to reach over here and hold. So let's just check in. Soles of the feet pressing down, knees soft, top shoulder back. I'm going to release the chair for a little bit more balance. Good. And inhale. Let's sweep that arm up, around, and down. Do a little counter stretch. Nicely done. Let's go to the other side. I'm going to move my chair over here. So we already did the up on the toes and stuff, so we don't have to do that again. We're going to move right into the fall prevention exercises. So we're going to begin with the side to side step. Again, you can hold on to the chair. You can actually be standing towards the back of your chair. That's fine too. Eyes on the horizon. Pay attention to your breath. Step to the side and together. To the side and together. I'm releasing the chair. Soft knees. Just nice and easy sides. Feel the feet. Try to feel the surface of the ground you're on with each step you take. Very important to give that information to your brain. Good. Let's do a couple more side to side. It's a good one to do when you're waiting in line at the grocery store. Good. And relax. So we'll move into the leg lifts now. We're going to start with the outside leg, which will be your right leg. Again, if the foot doesn't want to come up, just slide it forward, pointing your toe. Slide it to the side and slide it back. Okay, here we go. 5 times to the front. Soft supporting leg. And 3. And 4. And 5. Good. And to the side. Upper body nice and quiet. 2. And 3. And 4. And 5. Good. Let's go back. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. Good. Just take a minute to rest. Say thank you to your supporting leg. Good. And let's come into standing wind reliever pose. I'm going to begin to pick up my right foot. Again, don't rush this part of the pose. So each time you lift the foot a little higher, remind yourself to soften that knee and press the sole of the foot down. Good. Take your time. Find your breath. Quiet, steady gaze. And we'll move into tree from here. So the knee comes out to the side. And I'm resting the sole of my foot against the ankle of the other foot. You don't have to use both arms for your branches. You can just use one and hold on with the other. That's fine. And we do 2 more breaths here. Let's try. Good. And release. So stepping your feet out, we're going to turn and face the chair. So, and just notice as you're doing balance poses, your body's going to move a little bit. It's always moving. Your heart is pumping, your breath is moving. So there's going to be some little adjustments in the body. Good. Doesn't mean you're going to fall over. So hand at the hip to begin, soft knees. Begin to reach forward. I'm going to place my hands on the chair. Soften that supporting leg, lift the back leg. And if you want, release that opposite arm. It's a very strengthening pose too. Good. Breathe in one more time. And exhale, release the hand, release the foot, and turn and face the front. So this time my left foot is facing the chair, right foot's turning in slightly as we move into triangle. Adjust your hips so they're facing forward and reach up with the right arm. Let's pulse in and out. Just moving back and forth. Opening the side ribs. Getting in more breath. And then I'm going to move into the full pose, pause. Settle in with the breath. Soften those knees. Release the chair if you like. It feels okay. And notice those little micro movements your body's making. It's a very important part of balance. Trees move in the wind. Bridges move up and down. Everything's moving. Good. Let's release this now, releasing the arm down and lifting your left arm for a counter stretch. Whew. Good job. Step your feet together and let's finish up our standing work with a downward facing dog. So you can be towards the back of your chair if you like to walk the feet away. I'm going to stand to the side of my chair so I get a deeper stretch. Letting my head hang down between my arms, pedaling the feet, just stretching out. I want to feel a nice stretch all the way from your shoulders, all the way down the back and the backs of the legs. Good. Breathing back. And let's sit down, but we'll sit down through chair pose. So coming into chair pose. Good. Pressing your legs back and sitting down. Wonderful. Breathe in, lift your arms. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, lift up. Reach for the sky. Exhale, twist to the right. Breathe, lift, exhale. One more time, side to side, breathing in, lifting, lowering. And back to center. So feeling yourself centered and balanced as you sit. Feeling your feet on the floor, your hips squarely on the chair, your crown lifted, your shoulders relaxed, and your head centered squarely on your shoulders. Letting your eyes close and tuning into the breath. And we checked in with the body before we began our practice, and we check in again at the end. Observing how the practice has changed our bodies, our thoughts, our energy. No need to breathe in any particular way. Just letting it flow easily and naturally. Breathing in through the nose And breathing out through the nose or the mouth. A quieting breath. Letting your attention rest gently on each part of your body. Breathing out any remaining tension or tightness that you find. And taking in the words of this poem by Donna Markova. I will not live an unlived life. I will not live in fear of falling or catching fire. I choose to inhabit my days, to allow my living to open me, to make me less afraid, more accessible, to loosen my heart until it becomes a wing, a torch, a promise. I choose to risk my significance to live, so that which came to me as seed goes to the next as blossom, and that which came to me as blossom goes on as fruit. So letting your breath get a little bit more deeper and maybe adding some final stretches. Oh, whatever feels good. Open your arms wide, 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 and then wrap them around yourself. Give yourself a big old hug. Open them wide again. Breathe in and then exhale. Squeeze yourself again. Bringing your hands to heart center with a feeling of gratitude for being good to yourself, taking this time to practice, to breathe and stretch and move together. Let's close our practice with an Om. 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 Shanti, peace. May all beings everywhere know peace. Namaste. Jai Bhagwan.